Right shoulder. So if we compare last week's swing problem we had, we discussed that right foot, okay, and not moving outside, okay?
Yeah.
Good. There's a couple towards the end where you almost sort of sometimes get a bit more angle. That right knee is staying into that blue line, the hips are rotating nicely, okay? We're getting into a good position at the top of the back there, that's fine.
Right.
As we came back down, okay, the key issue for you was this, in effect, trail shoulder, I suppose your right shoulder. As you've got to come back, this has to stay back here, as you can see here now, and your arms are going to come to a finish line, basically there. We want the club and the hands and the arm to be nicely in line with that. If this shoulder now, as you come through, goes forward too much, sort of, when I did that sort of prodding you with a club drill, you sort of went, and you fell backwards.
Yeah.
That's that right shoulder trying to hit it harder rather than the hand trying to give it a good old whip.
Right.
It's that whipping we want to try and get. That's sort of like swatting a fly, kind of that movement rather than shoulders and chest. Bigger muscles, shoulders, chest, legs, these kind of things. They're good for power, they're good for pushing and moving heavy.
Make much a difference with
Exactly. We're trying to move the ball by pushing. We're trying to whip it and give it a good old bit of club head speed, okay? So what you've got to practice is that club face now squaring up, in a sense, too much, so the ball now goes off to the left there.
Yeah.
So your first 10 or 15 shots, even 5 or 10 shots, as your warm-up are just left, 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 okay? Once it starts going left, then you can keep this shoulder back. This hip's now going to go towards target. You'll start getting into the impact position we want to get into, as opposed to you swinging the golf club, where you don't want to go right and doing this to try and send it somewhere left. And that's the problem. The inconsistency comes from when you're trying to avoid a shot you hit. Your bad one was right. You said on the last, keeps going right, keeps going right. If the ball's going right, that is a symptom of an open club face. The face being open is the fault.
Yeah.
If you try and cure a fault or try and cure a symptom with another fault, it's not going to cure the original fault, is it? Okay, you're trying to mask it over by changing this. Exactly. Yeah, you're starting low. So allowing your arms to control that club and get that club squaring up. And what actually have a double benefit. Number one, it will square the club face up more efficiently, and secondly, you'll get more speed.
Yeah.
The ball goes further.
Yeah.
So you get a double whammy with only one fault, okay?
Yeah.
I think just be aware of that right foot. If you start thinking with a twinge, maybe in your right foot, just think, hang on, am I doing that?
Yeah.
Maybe sort of a few practice swings, sort of try.
Left.
No. Just not move away from the foot. We've got to stay there. Just basically move your foot in a better way. So this hip and knee are going to rotate, which you are doing now.
Right.
Don't just think, I've got to move away from this foot. Okay. Again, don't try and change a fault by adding another one. Okay.
Right.
Your knee used to slide. It stopped sliding now.
Right.
It is rotating better. Okay. But ultimately, we'll try and get that top of the back swing with maybe a bit less. There's a couple of ones towards the end that was starting to rise. Just a little bit kind of that way, but not as much. I mean, last time also see the whole sole of your shoes. It was like it was like an Elvis thing we had last time. Yeah, so a big old bit of right knee there. But from there now, the finger being nice and loose with the arms. This club afterwards is going to come a long way from up there back to that golf ball. That shoulder's going to go from there back to there.
Yeah.
That's a very, very much longer race that your club has to travel compared to your shoulder. If your shoulder has to give it a good whack, the club is left behind. Big slice. Let that club catch up and square the club face up. Okay, mate? Make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent.